I'm staring at my credit report, and I see a number that makes my heart sink. 580, that's my credit score, and it's a constant reminder of the financial struggles I've been through. But here's the thing. I didn't always have a bad credit score. In fact, just 14 months ago, I had a respectable 720 credit score. But then, disaster struck. I lost my job, and my income plummeted. I had to rely on credit cards to get by, and before I knew it, I was drowning in debt. My credit score took a nosedive, and I was left with a whopping 580. But I didn't give up. I knew I had to take control of my finances, and I started by understanding what was causing my credit score to plummet. It turned out that my credit utilization ratio was through the roof. 95% of my available credit was being used, which was a huge red flag to lenders. I also had several late payments and a couple of collections accounts. But I was determined to turn things around. I started by creating a budget and prioritizing my debt payments. I focused on paying off my high-interest credit cards first, while making minimum payments on my other debts. I also made sure to pay all my bills on time, every time. And then, something unexpected happened. I received a tax refund of $2,700, which I used to pay off a chunk of my debt. That's when I saw my credit score start to rise. It was a small increase at first, but it gave me the momentum I needed to keep going. Over the next few months, I continued to pay off my debt and make timely payments. I also started to monitor my credit report regularly, disputing any errors I found. And then, the unthinkable happened. I received a letter from one of my creditors, offering me a settlement of $1,200 on a debt of $2,500. I jumped at the opportunity, and paid off the debt in full. My credit score started to rise even faster, and within a few months, I had reached a credit score of 740. It was an incredible feeling, knowing that I had taken control of my finances and turned my credit score around. But here's the thing. I didn't do it alone. I had to learn about the different factors that affect credit scores, such as payment history, credit utilization, and credit age. I learned that payment history accounts for 35% of your credit score, so making timely payments is crucial. I also learned that credit utilization accounts for 30% of your credit score, so keeping your credit utilization ratio low is essential. And finally, I learned that credit age accounts for 15% of your credit score, so having a long credit history can actually help your credit score. But what really surprised me was the impact of credit inquiries on my credit score. I had no idea that applying for multiple credit cards or loans in a short period of time could actually lower my credit score. It's something to keep in mind when you're trying to build or repair your credit. So, what can you do to improve your credit score? First, you need to understand what's causing your credit score to be low. Is it late payments? High credit utilization? Or something else? Once you identify the problem, you can start working on a solution. For me, it was about paying off my debt and making timely payments. But for you, it might be something different. Maybe you need to work on building a longer credit history, or maybe you need to reduce your credit utilization ratio. Whatever it is, the key is to take action and start making progress. And don't be afraid to seek help if you need it. There are plenty of resources available, from credit counseling services to financial advisors. One thing that really helped me was using a credit monitoring service to track my credit report and score. It gave me a clear picture of where I stood and what I needed to work on. I was able to see which areas of my credit report were holding me back, and I could focus on improving those areas. For example, I saw that I had a few late payments on my report, so I made sure to pay all my bills on time, every time. I also saw that my credit utilization ratio was too high, so I worked on paying off my debt and reducing my credit utilization. It's not always easy, and there will be setbacks along the way. But the key is to stay focused and keep moving forward. Remember, improving your credit score takes time and effort, but it's worth it in the long run. A good credit score can save you thousands of dollars in interest payments, and it can even help you qualify for better loan terms. So, if you're struggling with bad credit, don't give up. You can turn things around, just like I did. And if you're already on the right track, keep up the good work. Now, I want to ask you, what's your biggest debt right now? Is it credit card debt, student loan debt, or something else? Share with me in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like button. It tells me to keep making content like this. And if you know someone who's struggling with bad credit, send them this video. It could be just the thing they need to turn their finances around. In my next video, I'll be talking about how to build wealth on a normal salary. It's a topic that's really important to me, and I think it could be a game changer for a lot of people. So, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. As I continued on my journey to improve my credit score, I started to notice the impact it had on my daily life. For example, I was able to qualify for a lower interest rate on my car loan, which saved me $150 per month. I was also able to get approved for a credit card with a higher limit and better rewards, which helped me earn cash back on my purchases. But what really surprised me was the impact it had on my ability to rent an apartment. I was able to qualify for a nicer apartment in a better neighborhood, which not only improved my quality of life but also increased my property value by $20,000. I also learned about the importance of having a diverse credit mix. This means having a combination of different types of credit, such as credit cards, loans, and a mortgage. Having a diverse credit mix can help improve your credit score by showing lenders that you can handle different types of credit responsibly. For instance, I had a credit card with a limit of $5,000, a personal loan of $10,000, and a mortgage of $200,000. This diverse credit mix helped me qualify for better loan terms and lower interest rates. Another thing I learned was the importance of avoiding negative marks on my credit report. These can include things like late payments, collections, and bankruptcies. I made sure to pay all my bills on time, every time, and I also made sure to communicate with my creditors if I was having trouble making a payment. For example, I had a medical bill of $1,200 that I was struggling to pay, so I negotiated a payment plan with the hospital and was able to pay it off over 6 months. This not only helped me avoid a negative mark on my credit report but also saved me $300 in interest. I also discovered the benefits of using a secured credit card to build credit. A secured credit card is a type of credit card that requires a security deposit, which becomes your credit limit. This can be a great way to build credit if you're struggling to get approved for a regular credit card. For instance, I applied for a secured credit card with a limit of $1,000 and made regular payments on it for 12 months. This helped me build a positive credit history and eventually qualify for a regular credit card with a higher limit. In addition to these strategies, I also learned about the importance of monitoring my credit report regularly. This can help you catch any errors or inaccuracies on your report, which can negatively impact your credit score. I made it a habit to check my credit report every 3 months and dispute any errors I found. For example, I found an error on my report that was causing my credit score to be 50 points lower than it should be. I disputed the error and was able to get it corrected, which not only improved my credit score but also saved me $500 per year in interest payments. As I continued to work on improving my credit score, I started to notice the impact it had on my financial stress levels. I felt more confident and in control of my finances, and I was able to make better financial decisions. I was also able to take advantage of better loan terms and lower interest rates, which saved me money in the long run. For instance, I was able to refinance my mortgage and lower my interest rate from 6% to 4%, which saved me $10,000 per year in interest payments. I also learned about the importance of having an emergency fund in place. This can help you avoid going into debt when unexpected expenses arise, which can negatively impact your credit score. I made sure to save 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses in an easily accessible savings account, which gave me peace of mind and helped me avoid debt. For example, I had to pay for a $1,500 car repair unexpectedly, but I was able to cover it with my emergency fund and avoid going into debt. Overall, improving my credit score was a long and challenging process, but it was worth it in the end. I was able to achieve a credit score of 740.